Hello, hope you're good. We are back again. Episode 3, mate.
Can't believe it.
We made it.
Can't
Episode
believe it.
3.
We made it.
I'm Danny Howard. This is Duvall, and this is the home of debate and chat of all things dance and electronic.
That's right. Honestly, the lineup today, I'm actually a little bit intimidated, to be fair.
Me too, actually. Me too.
Every episode, if you're new to Planet B, we'll explain what it is later, but every episode we are joined with a panel of guests who are out of this world for dance music specifically. So we're going to be talking about everything and anything to do with dance music, the good, the bad, the ugly, what we like, what we don't like. And yeah, we're joined with an unbelievable lineup, which Danny's going to explain right now.
Yeah, 3 episodes in, and the bar's getting higher and higher. I'm not really intimidated. They're all nice.
No, I'm scared.
No,
bro.
good.
Listen, I'm scared.
Let's start with one of the breakout stars of the last year. A pleasure that she's in our company. Delighted that you've made it. Elkka, everybody.
Thank you.
And the queen of unsigned dance electronic music, literally launching the careers of many, many artists already. Jaguar is here. And I mean, she made us have a tequila before we even started. the party is well and truly on Planet B. Heidi's in the building. Oh, God, it's still burning. It's still burning.
Oh, there's more where that came from, my friend. Don't worry.
On that note, we should probably have some more drinks.
Yes.
Absolutely. So like every episode, we normally offer drinks to our guests, and every episode I fuck that up. So
I believe in you. I think you've got it. Third time.
you believe me. So I'm your bartender for today.
Okay.
Honestly, every time you need a drink, just holler at me. I'll get it.
I'd like a
cracking.
Corona, please.
There you go.
Straight in.
You're moving into our segue. So Danny has prepared 3 specific drinks for 3 specific
I'm not
wonderful
prepared
women.
anything.
Okay.
So you fucked up again.
Ah, shit. Okay.
Corona for Heidi.
A Corona. Now?
Sure.
Now,
Alright,
get
cool.
it now.
Now or never,
get it.
please. Thank you.
You're on.
The wine, I think.
Have we got red wine? We've got red wine.
We have. There you go.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
Your
Keeping
drink's
the
good.
company
Your drink's
alive.
good. Tell us your drink.
Mine is tequila, lime, and tonic.
Yes, that's good. That is good.
So I've already supplied the tequila for everyone, basically.
Yeah, we've
Yeah.
already had a little warm up with the tequila.
Right, I saw Melee do this last week and I've forgotten already. What'd you do here? Do you
Here,
just-
give that to me.
Oh, the pressure.
Yeah.
Give it to me.
Heidi's on it. Heidi.
Give it. You're going to screw it up, I know it. Just give it. I'm going to see it now. Come on.
I need to go
That's right,
to
you
like,
keep on talking while I do this. I got this.
honestly, I need to go to bartending school or something.
Listen, it's so easy.
Oh, you say that.
There we go.
Yeah.
I did all the hard work though, come on.
No, this is the hard part.
All right.
Heidi Jaguar, it was around this time last year actually that I saw you guys play, at the first Dance Back post
Yes,
pandemic.
it was.
Amazing.
A year on, it was amazing, it really was. And was that the first time you guys actually met?
No, we met before.
At Mix Mag, didn't we?
Yes.
A while
I
ago.
did a lab.
Ooh,
Boom.
very
There you
good.
go. I did a lab, and she was the hostess with the mostest.
But bearing in mind, like, you know, I'm a big Heidi fan. And
Okay.
I've
we all are.
seen Heidi many times with my friends, like, you know, as a teenager. And then to find out that I was going to play...
Depressing.
No, but I'm not a teenager anymore. By the way, I'm not a teenager now. But to find out I was
Can I
going to
keep
play
my
with
sunglasses
her
on?
was crazy.
Yeah.
I was like freaking out.
How did the back-to-back go? Good?
I think I freaked her out more than I will.
No, actually, can I say? Okay, so I called you. This is like the week before. I was like, so Heidi, like, what we're gonna play? And you were like, honey, I don't plan my back-to-backs. And I was like, great. So this is the first rave back.
It's true.
Back-to-back with Heidi, and I don't know what we're gonna play.
That's a lot, but you smashed it.
No, it was really fun.
I never plan anything ever.
Do you not?
I've never planned anything ever.
It's interesting.
I don't use record box. I don't do any of that stuff.
I was like,
Oh, you guys
whoa.
are what's happening?
I respect
give you
that.
the
No,
bottle.
I think that's amazing. I think we are of a generation that has that extra level of comfort because we can plan everything and everything can be perfect.
No, I don't want it.
No, and I think there's a lot more skill that required of you. You have to work harder.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I think you're a better DJ for it.
You gotta like eye on the prize.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you can't. I mean, sometimes I'm like literally like searching.
Yeah.
And then I'll just pick a random track that ends
20
up being
seconds,
that
10
ends up
seconds.
being awful. It ends up being something that I haven't played for like maybe 5 or 6 years. That just like ends up just, you know, killing the dance floor in a good way, not bad. You know, like it's just oh, I forgot about that song, and then I will never be able to find it again for another 5 years.
Yeah.
Literally, all my USBs are like they're in shambles. Like you guys would probably just think. I know, it's like, I'm actually very, like, OCD about things, but that is just something that it's like playing vinyl.
Yeah,
I sort of know where certain things are. But like when I used to play vinyl, I'd like flick through, and the covers would obviously give away, or like the center,
And do you have a different folder for every gig?
Yeah, I
Is
do.
that what- yeah.
A different what?
Folder,
Like a
like
folder
playlist
for
folder.
every gig.
No.
You don't.
I always find it interesting how DJs this is really nerdy, but
It's an insight into your brain.
categorise
Yeah, it's like everyone's got their own weird way of doing it.
I learned a lot. I've played with you, like, we've done it 3 times now? And I've learned so much from Heidi. Like, the fact that you don't necessarily plan it, that spontaneity is, like, it's really cool. And I've tried to do that more, and it's actually, knowing you can do that actually gives you a lot of confidence. Yeah, confidence. Aww. So, thanks, Heidi.
And Elkka, you've already got a live tour under your belt. On the flip side to DJing, like how have you found that? Has it been going well?
Yeah, I mean, it's a different side of my brain, I feel like. It's just, I'm trying to be good at all of it, and that's quite hard. But it's a different way of expressing myself.
Yeah. What does it look like, your live show?
So I'm kind of in the middle, surrounded by kit.
Okay.
So I've got like synthesizers and things to manipulate sounds and effects. I sing as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just all sorts. Everything that allows me to kind of make drum machines.
She's great. I went.
Awesome. Just basically surrounded by awesome.
Yeah, it's really fun.
And do you prefer that to DJing?
I love them both so much. Yeah.
I'd be way more nervous doing something like that.
It's. I'm more nervous for the shows.
Technical.
Because it's
Just in case something goes wrong, then it's like
right. It feels more vulnerable.
Yeah.
Than DJ.
You're definitely putting yourself out there.
Yeah. And you're literally just there with people. Especially if you're singing, it's just you.
Also, you can't be drunk when you're singing as well. You can't get on the beers and stuff. Or the tequila.
I mean, actually,
of course you can. Who was there handing out tequila at her gig?
I did.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. To like.
Because my rider is always tequila.
Mine too.
And then right, thank you, sister.
I think the theme of this episode already is tequila.
Yeah.
I love it.
Sponsor us, please. Someone.
Yes, George Clooney, if you're listening.
He watches every episode.
Yeah, of course he does. I can never have a whole bottle, and I'm like, well, I'm never going to get through this. I barely touch it most of the time. So I was like, I'm going to bring it on stage.
That's what I do. I share mine with the sound guys and like the lighting tech.
It's a way to make friends.
Yeah, that's
so I had a shot from my headline show in London, and then I just sent it out to the crowd, and everyone had a little.
Some of them are gritty though. I've done that, and I've seen people just like take the bottle and like run. They're like out of there. I'm like, hey, what are you doing?
Jag, you just announced a little UK tour. It was a big UK tour, actually.
Yeah, we're doing excuse me. Utopia, my club night is going on the first ever UK tour.
Amazing.
Kicking off with a boat party in London.
Wow.
HMS Utopia.
Yeah.
Unstoppable. She's unstoppable.
I'm
excited.
Your, I guess, second city, Leeds.
Yeah, we're gonna go to Leeds, which is where I went to uni, and like that's one of the most important places for me because that's where I really got into raving and dance music.
Do you feel like you wear 2 hats? Like, obviously, you are this pioneer that has actually helped a lot of careers.
Pirate hat.
Yeah, is it
baseball cap?
I actually asked Danny, like, is it a different brain? Because obviously you are an artist in your own right, but then at the same time you're bringing 2 artists.
I don't really see myself as an artist.
You are,
like,
absolutely.
I see myself as someone who, like, I get just excited and like fueled on by helping people out. Like, Elkka's someone I played loads on my show, and so she was introducing Artist of the Year last year.
Yeah, look at that.
And but I love helping people, being able to like play them on the radio for the first time. I always send Danny music, and to for the gig for the Utopia tour, I'm gonna get up and coming artists on the tour as well. That's the whole point. It's about bringing people up. So that's my thing. So
it goes hand in hand.
All just
How much has Jag support helped your career?
Oh, it's huge. Yeah. I mean, BBC Introducing. I always like flying the flag because actually, funny enough, when Jags came to my show, and at the end of the show, I was like, we were just talking about introducing, and just Jags genuinely lives for this stuff.
Yeah.
Like it's a real passion. It's not just and it makes a huge difference. She really loves the music, and it comes through, and
no agenda.
It's just there for the.
That's
and
how
that's
it should be.
It is how it should be, but it's not always how it always is.
There's a lot of characters in the scene.
Yeah.
Well, that's how it all started, though. Like, I mean, Radio 1 started the shows that we could bring up artists and showcase artists that nobody ever played before on Radio 1. Like back when I was on back when I was on
a
Radio
pioneer.
1. For 9 years.
Yeah.
No. You know what I mean?
I remember
It was
that
like,
scene. That was a big scene.
yeah, it was also like I was playing and having people on that like nobody knew. Like, I mean, we're talking about these people who are now gigantic artists, like huge artists.
I sent you some stuff back and you never played it though.
Sorry, man.
Oh.
Sting. Right. I deserve that one. I deserve it. It's okay. Listen,
But do you know what? A Radio 1 play to someone that is just finding their feet and fighting for their career is it feels.
I feel like it's more important now. Like when I did it, there was no social media really. When I started, there was no Instagram. Instagram started in 2013, so I was like halfway through it. I mean, like I look back at all of the posts. Like I hardly have any. I don't have any of the shows that I did. Like I mean, I've had so many people. I've lost track of the amount of artists that I've had on there. But like I remember certain people not wanting to come on because they said they thought like they couldn't speak English right, or they like Kink didn't want to do an interview because he was so shy about his English, and I was like, "Are you crazy?" I'm like, I don't care. You're talking to me. Like we're gonna make this happen. Like something like Kink, who's like to me like. I mean, I love him. Now, also, like, a lot of the Germans, they were always like, our English is not... I'm like, nobody cares about that. They want to hear about you. And, like, I always made it, like, more funny and, like, not so nerdy.
It's better to have
Ask them, like, a bit silly, stupid questions because, it throws them off guard and makes them feel, like, a little bit more comfortable. Then you get the Americans on and they're like, blah, blah, blah. Like Honey and Derek and Green Velvet and Kurt, all those guys. I mean, like, you listen back to some of those shows and I literally am, like, dying of laughter, like so funny. I mean, it's great to be able to showcase music that nobody even thought about, and then like you see people like Pete started to pick up on my stuff from my show, or like a lot of people would like they cherry pick.
You are a tastemaker.
They cherry pick the ones that they liked, and then they would play it, and then which is amazing because then that's much more.
That's basically what I do to Jag shows.
It's much more like exposure for them. Yeah. Because like my little show was just like once a month, and it was only on for 2 hours. So.
Why did you stop doing it?
Oh. Hold on a minute. I've just remembered you've got a residency show.
Yes.
Okay.
We're just gonna segue.
Moving along. Nicely.
Not bad.
That Drake.
Yeah, we'll edit that out. Okay, cool.
I moved on. I left the country. I moved away.
All right, cool. Elkka.
Yes.
Yeah, you have some residency shows starting in May.
Yes.
You look forward to it?
Very much so. Yeah. I mean, I've grown up also listening to Heidi. So like these things, anything to do with Radio 1's still a big deal to me. Like personally, I have my own show on the station is insane to me.
It's scary as hell. Like the first time you do it.
Yeah.
It's not started yet.
I don't feel scared.
No, like talking.
No, I don't know. Maybe I don't feel scared.
You realize that you're talking to everyone and no one.
Oh God. Okay.
For me, that was like what the mind. I want to swear, but, I was like, I'm talking to millions of people, but I can't see any of them.
Yeah.
And I had so many different producers.
Our shows will be next to each other.
I know, which is amazing.
I had so many different producers that made me try to make me sound like a different person. I was like, this is how I talk.
Yeah, you've got to be yourself.
This is who I am. I'm like, please stop trying to make me sound like I'm some kind of person who came from that place. I was like, I don't sound like that. I'm like, this is how I talk. I'm not British. I'm Canadian. These are my isms, and deal with it. So.
And it lasted 9 years, so it went well.
I was only supposed to be on for 6 months, and they kept me on for 9 years. So I must have done something right.
Fantastic.
And then I left the country.
Before we get really stuck into Planet B, I want to start by saying we're all obviously thinking of what's going on in Ukraine, and our thoughts are with our Ukrainian dance family, including Artbat, Nastia, all the guys, and every man, woman, child who's been affected by what's going on. But the reason I bring it up is obviously because we can't ignore it. It's affecting us all. I'm sure we're all feeling like a little helpless, but I guess what's amazing to see is the dance community coming together to do what they can. Obviously, the boat party you mentioned.
Yeah, all the proceeds for the Utopia boat party are going to be going to Ukraine charities.
That's amazing.
But
That's good.
Of course, it makes sense.
It's really hard. It's really hard, especially when there's
but
it's really hard when there's so many places you can donate, and you just have to trying to find the right one that you know for sure is going to make it to the right place is like really difficult.
That's my issue. I don't know who or where to donate.
I have a few friends that I know for sure. Alinka is one of them. She is Ukrainian, but she grew up in America. She lives in Berlin. She's an amazing producer.
She's incredible. Yeah.
She's awesome, and she, she's been sharing so much information, and she she doesn't have any family there anymore, but luckily, she's got tons of friends. She's there all the time. And, Nasty as well, she's, sharing and she's going on tour. She's on tour at the moment and is giving half of the money to donate for women who are going into combat, which is so crazy.
Oh, wow. Amazing.
Yeah, also, amazing. But she's been slagged off for it. Like, I'm tired of this little witch hunt that's happening right now especially with Resident Advisor. They need to really, I'm sorry, I'm going to call them out, and I don't care what they say, but it's like, I'm tired of this witch hunt. It's horrible what they do.
Could you explain a bit about
what they're doing?
Happening?
What they're doing to Nina, and what they're doing, they're pinning these people against each other. It's like nobody knows what's going on in one person's head. Like being Russian, living in Russia, and then being a public figure, and then speaking out. She could literally have her whole family disappear like that. I mean, it's been known to happen. I mean, we're dealing with a dictatorship right now who are trying to take over a country. And you think a lot of these Russians don't want this to happen either. So we can't be anti-Russia, you know what I mean? It's also, we have to feel for both sides. And, since when did these women all of a sudden become like the voices of their countries? It's like, it's not it's not up to them, and like the people oh my God, I can't believe what I've been seeing.
But also, they could be doing things behind the scenes.
Yes.
Which a lot of them are.
I am shocked. I'm shocked
about it. Doesn't mean
you're
not doing something.
Shocked by it's like a proper witch hunt though. Like they properly went for, especially Nina. They went for her hardcore style. Like she's got 2 million followers, and she should be able to stand up and say this. It's like, I don't know if you guys realize, does anybody even understand what's going on? She might be scared for her fucking life, you know what I mean? And she is not allowed to speak up, or look what happened to Pussy Riot, you know what I mean? They did the same thing, and they ended up in jail. And and it's like, so you have to be so careful in these sort of countries. It's like, I'm sure of course she's not pro Putin and pro war. There's people just need to zip it and just help the way you can, and stop with the let's drag everybody under the mud. There's enough problems.
Yeah.
We need to stop with this. It's
completely
help
agree.
Or just shut up.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
what I mean? Just zip it. Nobody wants to hear your thoughts about Nina Kravitz and her fucking cornrows, or Nina Kravitz and she's Nina Gate all the time. It's leave the woman alone, for crying out loud. Let her deal with it in the way she's dealing with it. She's trying. I know it was a very small gesture, but that's maybe all she could do at the time.
Help or shut up. I love that on a t-shirt. That'd be sick.
Yeah, much.
That's serious.
Seriously, it's
just
I can't deal with what I've been seeing. It's awful. I would not want to be say if Canada and America got into a war. I would have to be the spokesperson for Canada all of a sudden, because I'm Canadian, to be well, that would never happen because we're Canadian. But when it's oh, I'm so sorry, we're having a war with you. I'm sorry. But anyway.
Elkka, you got a compilation.
Sorry, I had to lighten the mood there for a second.
Do you want to talk about your compilation that you got coming to support Ukrainian relief?
So we do a yearly compilation with UN Women. And
it's every tune always.
Thank you, Jax. We're donating money to the He for She campaign, which is about finding gender balance. But we'll also be donating to the relief efforts in Ukraine as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. Can I ask a question though? How do you know? I'm curious. How do you know that the money goes directly to what you, what your cause?
I mean, we're trusting in the partners that we have.
Right.
In UN.
Okay. Because I'm always curious to know because there was the GoFundMe pages. It's where's those GoFundMe's going?
No, of course, but we've got direct contact with UN. So
yeah, I know Jennifer Cardini's doing one. It's sort of privately, but I don't know if it's private. But she's doing one where the club with no name, with just a symbol, which is the Berghain of Kiev, and they're helping all the artists and their families get out and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And there's obviously Nasty's doing one as well. And there's just, Nasty's trying to bring forth what's happening, and people like, yeah, they're trying to tear. She's like one of the first. I don't know if you watched her on Sky News.
I didn't see
She was
that.
on Sky News, yeah, and you know, she literally like looked. She looked like. I mean, I honestly felt so bad. It was so upsetting to see. Like her face, it's just, you could tell she had to leave her husband behind and all of her friends and her family and take her daughter. She drove for 24 hours to the border of Poland, left her car there. Like, I mean, people think that she just like got in a, like, you know, a little princess carriage and got carried out. It's like, no, like she had to do what everybody else did, but she. Like,
I think that's the problem here as well with media. We actually are quite removed from what's really going on.
Yeah.
And we're only told one side.
She lives
of the
there.
story.
Like her home is there. She had to get up and leave her whole house.
Yeah.
Everything that she knows. If somebody said to me today, like, or you guys today, by the way, there's going to be an air raid on London, like you know, like the Blitz. You need to get some stuff. You need to get the hell out of your house and go live in a tube station. Like, what the hell would you do? Like, it's so like it's crazy.
It's heartbreaking to see, and
it's awful. Go have
that's why
your.
we feel helpless, because you know we're lucky enough to be in a safe place at the moment, and you know carry on doing this podcast and going to clubs and DJing whilst all that's going on.
I know, and if you feel bad for even like trying to promote something that you're doing when there's all this horrible, but there's strife happening all over the world. You know, not
this
just.
This is the other thing. It's like it's kind of a white war.
Yeah.
So people are reacting stronger, which is fucked up.
Yeah.
That's a really good point.
Because it could be me. Well, that's.
I hate some of those reports that I've seen as well.
It's a shame that that's happening.
Yeah.
That is a good point though, because obviously there's genocide been going on for decades, as long as I've been alive. Yeah. But it's not so heavily reported as this Ukraine.
Those seagulls. I'm sorry. Sorry, 2 seconds. Sorry,
It's
you're
not-
talking so serious. I just heard seagulls. Like.
Yeah, we're near the sea.
Are we on the water?
We're near the sea in Hackney.
Sorry to interrupt your really serious
no,
talk.
trying to be serious. Yeah, we're. I lost my train of thought now.
You were talking about you've seen genocide.
There's been genocide.
Yeah, so obviously there are so many issues with the world. It's like, I mean,
it's beyond.
I don't want to say one is more devastating than the other, but there's some shit going on as long as I've been alive.
Yeah.
But this war feels like it's on our doorstep, and I feel like
it is on our doorstep.
It is. But also, I've been privy to other wars that have been going on, like the Biafran War in Africa. Like, there's so many wars going on, but I feel like Ukraine are our neighbours in a way, and the relationship between England and Russia has never been strong. So we're hearing more about that. And hearing more about the sanctions that we're trying to put on them than anything else, than any other war that's going on. I mean, Syrian refugees.
Yes, oh my God, that.
I haven't heard that much in the news.
Well, of course, because they don't cover it. They just don't cover it. You know,
not to say that what's going on in Ukraine is not devastating, because it absolutely is. But it's so funny how like you can't just take what our media say. And that's the gospel.
I've been in the States
information from everywhere and know what's going on.
I've been in the States for 2.5 weeks, and literally watching CNN is like, it's like, the world is coming to an end. World War III is coming. And I was literally just sitting in my hotel room going, what? Like, it kicked off while I was over there. And I was like, oh my God. I literally did not think that was going to happen. Like, I didn't, well, I mean, yes, I did on one hand, but on the other hand, I was like, I'm praying that it did not happen. I was like, I cannot believe. And then like every day, it's like, obviously the news in America, it's like, it's fear mongering. They just want you to feel so scared and threatened. And it's like, you know, like Putin's gonna bomb America because they're doing this, and then like they're not doing enough, and this country's not doing enough. And it's like, it's very like your brain, like you just have to switch off. Like I had to, like, if I'm gonna actually try and do my job and enjoy myself and not feel crazy, I have to just kind of distance myself a tiny bit from it.
Do you not feel that what we all do is very far removed from what's going on in life? So
yes.
I think it's so fantastic what you're doing and what you're doing as well. Like, I'm in awe, and in fact, it makes me realise I haven't done enough, actually. So after this conversation, I'm going to go and sort my shit out, because I need to do more for this war effort. Yeah. But with that being said, do you feel like what we do is we just provide joy and music and escapism for people of all nationalities, of all genders, all colours, no matter where you are in the world? I feel like sometimes I'm like, what am I going to do as little old me? What am I going to do? Do you know what I mean? But you guys have like put your best foot forward and done as much as you can.
No, I don't think I've done as much as I can. There's always more.
Well, you're doing something though.
But as a dance community, we're all trying to do something.
Yeah, you're trying to do something. Yeah.
You know, like I've got things going on this weekend. You know, the Pickle Factory London, Brighton. There's something going on in Manchester. There's a march going in Parliament Square with all DJs. Like we're doing what we know to try and help. But we need to move on. It does feel a bit ridiculous that we're here to talk about dance music when we're making ourselves aware of bigger issues. But I just wanted to mention it, and respect to everyone in the scene that is doing something.
3 million hour conversation about that.
We could. We've got half an hour left, so
is that
we'll
it?
have to move on. Yeah.
I know. We need to make this show longer. Listen, honestly, after we talk later, we need to make this show longer. It should be at least 3 hours, for sure.
We're recording this on the week of International Women's Day, which was a couple of days ago at time of recording. And the dance music community has been, amazing on social media in, support of women. Both men and women have been shouting about the amazing females in our scene. And of course, we want to do the same here on Planet B, don't we? Obviously, as men, it feels a bit contradictory and a little weird that we've invited 3 amazing female artists, 2 breaking through at the top of your game. Heidi, absolute legend in the scenes, and it feels weird for us to dictate what the conversation should be when we talk about women in dance music. So we want to open up the conversation, and if you want to bring something up, and I'll hand it over to you.
This topic.
It's going to be like an education that I feel like we all really need. I know, Jaguar, you wanted to.
What did I say?
You wanted to shout about the women who paved the way.
Oh yeah, something that I'm keen on is just making sure that women, they're foremothers of the scene, and women who are as instrumental to we have the male godfathers like Larry Levan and Frankie Knuckles, and they're amazing as well, but there were women DJs as far back then as well, like Sharon White and Stacey Hotwax Hale, and women in the scene as well, behind the scenes, like
Minx.
And there's Judy from Fabric, and there's women who
there's a lot. There's
need to
behind
be,
all the men. There were a
great
million
women
making
they need
that
to
happen.
be I think that's really important that we look backwards as well and raise them up as well.
I have a love-hate relationship with this International Women thing. I really do.
Do you
No,
now?
I do. I have
It's going to get spicy.
I do.
Let's explore that.
I have to say it. No, I have to say
What's
it.
the next thing you're going to say? Please.
Yeah, let me think about this real quick. No, I do. I have a love-hate relationship. It's almost the same as Black History Month for me.
Yeah, it's like every day should be Black History Month, and every day should
the
be
way
international.
I live my life, I'm not here without the female empowerment I've had in my life. Like the way I treat women and my wife and my sisters and my mum, I think that should just be the norm. But I just realised
Are you the only guy in your family?
I am.
Ah,
but I poke my head up and realise that not everyone sees it the same way, and it actually burns me. The fact that we have to have an International Women's Day.
I get that.
Right? So
I
I'm
think
like,
I think it's
yeah,
pretty
and
weird.
it's just like we're in 2022 now, and I just feel like really, we're still having to shed light on the fact that women are amazing. Really.
Man, I tell you, I will say one thing. Like back when I started, there was a handful of us like that. I mean, I told Jaguar this on her show. We had this conversation, and it was like, I mean, the last question I wanted to be asked is, what's it like being a woman in dance music? And I was like, it's like being anything else. So we're just a human. I'm a human doing the same job as the other human. Just so happens to be a man with a penis, okay? And I have boobs. There we go. Different. That's the only difference between us.
Yeah.
It's the only difference, you know? I can DJ just as good as you. I can play just as fine as you. I can mix 2 records together. Oh my God. Oh my God. I can actually mix records together. Oh, like, how did I do that? Oh my goodness, without the help of a man. Like, I mean, seriously, it got to the point where I was like, if that question was if I saw that it was going to be asked, I was like, X.
No.
Like, don't ever ask me that. And now I'm okay with talking about it because, like, I mean, I'm sorry, we're fucking running shit right now. Like,
Yes,
girls are,
you are.
like, women, females, whatever. We're all taken over. Not taken over, but we're up there. There is just as many amazing women as there is men, and there's no need for this, like, hierarchy of, like, you know, also, like, oh God, don't even get me started. I swear, it's like it's too crazy. When you see lineups and you're like, are you joking me? You're still doing that same old boring ass lineup, like. What, same guys for the last 15 years. Like, you don't want to have any injection of anything new or exciting when there's like a million other producers and DJs who've come through and who have shining, or who just happen to be women. It doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. Remember I told you that. I was like, it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. If you're good.
Or non-binary.
Yeah. It doesn't matter. Whoever. Just be good at your craft.
Yeah,
if you're good at your craft, then you should be booked. You know what I mean? Or invited to do things. You know what I mean? You have to put something out to get something back.
Yeah.
And
I'll give you an example of that. So for my first solo single I had out in October last year, I made a point of making it's an all-female remix package. I look back on it now thinking, why did I have to do that? The reason why I did it is because it's normal to me. It's normal to me
but people don't look at it like that, right?
To be, exactly. To be around women who are just bosses in this industry, not just in dance music, in music in general. Normal to me. I talk to normal people who are not in our business.
Normal people.
Yeah, normal people. Like, I call them
They're
civilians.
normal.
I call them civilians. I talk to they're unaware that how much influence that women have in this industry, not just on a business level, but also on a creative level. They're unaware. They didn't even know. It's so male-dominated on face value that I felt like I needed to shed some light, but I was annoyed doing it at the same time.
It's still
because I know
it's still male dominated.
Yeah, it is still
behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes, yeah.
Wow, behind the scenes is probably the worst place.
Yeah.
Like agents, you know, like.
How many do you know?
Well, my agent is a black woman, and I'm so proud to work with her. And she's the first
What's her
person.
name?
She's called Hannah.
Hannah, yeah, I know Hannah, yeah.
Big up Suggs. You know, she's the first person who ever gave me a chance, and she. You know, she is so nurturing and wonderful and strong, but she speaks on a lot of panels and things about this, and like she's, you know, there's not many people like Hannah doing her job, which still
there are a lot in Germany. Like all the
really?
all when I because I lived in Germany for about 3 or 4 years, and all of the agents were all women. They still are all women, most of them. And it wasn't even like a second thought to me. I was like, oh, you know, my agent for 10 years was a woman. Same thing. I had a woman named Patricia Veal, Patsy. She was like the first person to give me like a try. I remember I made her like a crappy little mix CD on a CD. Like gave it to her, and she was like, okay, it was like 2004 or something, and she's like, yeah, like, okay, I'm gonna like look at, and she looked after me for 10 years, and it was amazing.
It feels like it's getting better though behind the scenes, that there are more women coming through in positions. My management team, Sophie and Anna's, you know,
yeah,
female.
there's a lot.
In fact, Planet B wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for the brain of Amara, who's behind the camera. So,
yes,
you know,
Amara.
she, her creative brain, she, you know, works with Anjuna and Involved guys. So I feel like there's more.
There's a lot of females behind the scene. There's a lot.
From
But do you think they should?
I think we need more women at the top, though. We have women like doing things.
Don't worry, those guys are gonna die soon, and then we're gonna take their jobs.
No, but you know what, Jags?
There is that.
Jags, you know what's
They're all gonna
crazy?
die,
So
and
my
we're gonna
career
take over.
started with 3 women who are at the top of the game.
Okay.
One, my mum being in PR. She used to do PR for like Bewitched and bands like that back in the day.
Back in the day.
Yeah, back in the day.
Spice Girls.
Yeah, another.
No.
Another.
Denim.
Yes, exactly.
Denim.
Exactly. Another who was vice president for Sony ATV at the time, Janice Brock, who was an absolute warrior, and she gave me a chance that I did not deserve. I did not deserve it. I was like this kid who had 5 demos they were average demos, and she put me in touch with people who could make me better. And then the other one is Jackie Davidson, who manages a really big songwriter called Wayne Hector, who has done almost every pop record you can think of in the UK and then some, right? 3 women there.
Because they're nurturers. They want to nurture. It's an automatic thing to want to nurture something and make it grow and make it live.
And we're talking 15 years ago. So they. That's what's crazy.
Women, though, but if you took the percentages of women at the top, it's probably
percentage of songwriters is.
We've got it here. We did some research. We did some research.
Hopefully it's
May I please have another Corona?
Yeah. Sorry. Anyone need a topic?
I'm okay.
Another warm Corona.
This was.
So sorry.
I think this was an interview with you actually. It was 3% of producers are women. and 16% of artists.
So bad.
Wait, 3?
It used to be 4. Has it gone down?
No, I think
this was from She Said So, who got their stats from...
What?
I don't know.
God, I thought it was,
But, I mean,
it was 4%
remember
like
it's
10 years
3.
ago. That's horrible.
3 or 4 is pretty shit.
It's clear there's still a long way to go.
It's awful.
But that's just.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a lot of people that aren't. They haven't tapped into. They're not recognized yet. There is a lot of women in the industry. My God, more so now than there ever has been.
Yeah, but what's it going to take to recognise them, though?
Great.
No, it's not great. It's better.
Well, what's going to happen?
Those women are not getting booked, though. That's the problem.
Yeah, why? Why are they not getting booked?
Because promoters, because I did parties for a long time, and it's all about money. It comes down to money. If you're not a name, if you don't sell tickets, nobody makes any money. And that's exactly what it comes down to. It's freaking money at the end of the day. And it's like, you have to be there's got to be some hype around.
So are we thinking
you.
that women don't have the same pull as men do in this
They
industry?
have more.
In terms of bums on seats, in terms of
No.
I can bring this. I'm Heidi. I can bring this crowd to your event more than this guy can.
We can't just say it because you're a man or a woman. It's down to the individual.
You've had your own tour. You've got your tour coming up. You've been selling out venues for years. Like the proof is here. But I guess I want to sort of twist the question a little bit. All the tube stations in London at the moment have got this big Creamfield South poster, right?
Oh,
Calvin Harris, David Guetta, Eric Prydz, and there's actually out of all these names, probably about 30 names on there. 3 female.
Really?
And I was like, hold on a minute. There's loads of amazing.
You know what though?
talent.
Listen, I've played at Creamfields for years. Thing is that they don't put somebody. I'm not a top tier person, so I don't get put on the poster.
You should be a top tier.
No. But I'm not though. I'm not. But I'm not. I was.
I'm not trying to call out Creamfield.
What I'm saying is that thing is they have those posters are for over 3 days, and it's always they have to put the biggest names on. This is what I'm saying. Comes down to money. Who's gonna sell the most tickets, and who's gonna buy tickets, and it's
playing devil's advocate. Is it only because those 3 names that you just mentioned? They've all got records I can name.
But it's also managers
They've all got records
fighting each other.
that Susie down the road
You've got to
can
get
name.
then you've got to get back earlier you've got to go earlier in the chain.
Okay.
You know, who's getting signed, who's getting opportunities.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So if that doesn't work, if it doesn't start, if it's step 1, you're not getting anywhere.
If we're talking about artists being signed, so many. I'm not going to name names, but I am at the forefront of new music. I listen to a lot of unsigned music, and I get sent music that is signed but is from new artists.
Yeah.
The ones who have labels, pluggers, everything, generally are white males across the board.
Gotcha. In our genre, or just in music in general.
Techno.
Do you think there's something going on between the underground and the mainstream, because it feels
That's all meshed together.
Well, no. I think most of the what you would consider big female artists are playing underground music or making underground music. So when you go, okay, well, who is the female Calvin Harris, for example?
None of you are commercial here, and I struggle to find a commercial artist who's
There isn't.
Is it down to sound?
There isn't a female.
Why not though?
Because he's Calvin Harris, and the other person is somebody else.
I'm just using him as an example. At that level, the mainstream sound.
I mean, a mainstream, no, but I mean.
And is it because we're still not
I would
there
never
yet
compare
and we're still
anybody
in
that I
progress,
know to Calvin Harris.
Yeah, but I just feel
Get my
like
head chopped
I feel
off.
your ear warms to. I don't want to say better music because that's a really wrong term.
It's different.
But you like deep beats, all 3 of you, all of you.
What?
You like deep beats.
Deep
beats. Yeah. So you like stuff that is not necessarily for radio. Let's just say. Not
What?
always.
What are you talking about, dude? So wrong.
Okay, so explain. So tell me.
I love pop music. I love mainstream music.
But
I'm wearing a Spice Girls.
You do love it. This is my point. This is my point. You love it.
Slap down.
But Heidi, this is my point. You love it, but do you make it?
I don't make any music.
This is my point.
There's a difference
do you make it?
between EDM and mainstream dance music. There is still there's places in between that.
EDM's gone. It's
There
done.
are,
It killed it.
Thank
That's
God.
why they may
But-
not
Thank God for that.
But the names Danny mentioned are all names that have been on radio because they had a big pop record.
Okay.
Massive pop record.
Also, they had a good plugger,
And they had major
a good
labels,
manager,
and
they sent it to all the right people, like someone like you or Pete
Back
or
to my
Eddie.
point.
And we are playing like more and more females They're
No,
never,
but I'm not,
and
I'm
we
not
should
talking about
be.
that. I'm just saying that the reason why those records get played is because they have a good PR team behind them, and they're like, here, play that, play. Like they know exactly. I mean, I'll see somebody. I'm not going to mention names, but like I see somebody. Thank you to Sarah Story, Danny Howard, and Pete Tong for last night's play. Like you all played the same record in your show, and it's like,
Danny,
which
she's
I
calling
think is
you
like,
out.
which I think is kind of like crazy, and that's not a bad thing.
I think that's a problem.
No, it's not. I mean, but all in the same night, all within the same.
Sometimes
the same
if it's a big returning artist or it's a huge track.
You guys get like upfront shit, which is like, which I remember getting.
But Danny,
However,
not just Danny, but he's not just him.
I'm not dissing, but
they are all
they're
all pioneers of new music. That's why Radio 1 is so important for our industry. They are all pioneers of new music, regardless of genre or gender. They always have been, as long as I've known. I mean, Danny played our first records in 2012. Like,
Been going a while.
yeah. So what I'm saying is, I don't think it's for Radio 1 and Danny and other DJs on Radio 1. I don't think it's about that. In terms
Six
of
Music is also really incredible.
Oh,
as well. Like
yeah,
they've been like loving you too.
Yeah.
You know, like I mean, I love Six Music as well because I'm older.
The diversity of music they play is like.
Yeah, Marianne is like amazing at
bad
like
guy,
just
really bad guy.
Marianne Hobbs. Is
But
amazing.
guys, would you agree that all three of you are on the cooler side of house music, which
Yes.
doesn't get which doesn't get played so much on mainstream radio?
One last thing then quickly. Should brands like Creamfields or like High, who've named all their headliners for each night, should they be purposely pushing more females?
It's unacceptable. And to be honest, I don't even want to go into it because I'm bored of talking about lineups. So, what can you say? What can you say? It's shit and it means
pathetic.
Even up to us.
Do you know what I mean?
No, stop pretending and actually do.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
We're gonna clip this out and we're gonna send it to him.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
It's up to the big man.
Listen,
the big house.
we got only time now to get onto Planet B, which has currently got your friend Tisha, and then Tisha came on, and her choice for best club night was Pussy Palace that went on.
Pussy Palace.
Planet Tisha at the moment, and the subject is the greatest selector in dance music. So I know you found this.
That's a big one, isn't it?
I know.
That's a big one.
Look, if we're talking great female selectors, we can mention Bless Madonna, Annie Mac. We can mention Honey Dijon.
Would you choose a female selector, by the way?
We're going to find out.
Don't get me started.
We're going to find out.
That's a good question.
So yeah, we set you some homework to come up with your contender, and you're each going to put forward your case as to why your contender should go on Planet B. There can only be one out of the three.
Only one.
So,
only one.
Who wants to go? I think.
Can I just say, so when you guys sent me this question, I was like, okay, I'm on an International Women's Day special, therefore you're expecting me to choose a woman.
No, that wasn't.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying you actually did. No, wait.
Okay.
I'm just saying that is a thought process that we have to go through because we are expecting.
That makes me sad, man.
So,
Why?
No.
That makes me annoyed.
You don't need to be sad,
you shouldn't have to feel that way.
A lot of stuff makes you sad, doesn't it?
I don't.
It
And then
does.
I corrected myself. I was like, no, I'm going to choose who I think's good.
Yeah.
Full stop.
That's exactly that's the question.
Full stop.
But do you have to go through that thought process?
You have to go through many thought processes.
Do you know what's crazy? I hate to bring it. We haven't got enough time.
We haven't, have we?
Sorry, bring it. I'm gonna bring it up. All right, we'll
right, Elkka first.
So after like correcting myself, I was like, I'm going to choose the person that has inspired me, and I feel like does a brilliant job, regardless of their gender, race, everything. That's just skill.
That goes for all of us and our choices.
Otherwise, you're not answering honestly either. If you're filtering yourself to. So for me, I think it's a bit predictable, but maybe not for some people not. Quartet. I think it's genius.
That's a good choice.
It's not predictable. It's a bit
But why? Why?
I'm a cross-genre DJ. I like to pull in everything and anything from anywhere. Yeah. We talked about it before. I think we were on air. So I'll play Britney. I'll play
Britney in the Essential Mix, by the way.
Yeah, right. I'll play techno, hard techno. I'll play anything that I feel like creates a moment for people. That's what I care about the most. It's just keeping people with me and taking them somewhere. And I love the unexpected. And I feel like he's brilliant at that. I feel like he made me understand that it's about your choices. It's about good music. It doesn't matter where it comes from. It can all be fused together. There's no limit. There's no boundaries. He plays fucking Vanessa Carlton. Was like right, you know. And for me, growing up and finding out what kind of DJ and what kind of artist I wanted to be, that was really influential because it made me not have to question my own instincts.
Absolutely.
And that's why I played Britney. Genuinely.
Do you know, I can see this because I remember he came on Radio 1 on Annie's show actually about 5 years ago, and obviously we know Fortet, you know, he makes all this eclectic, cool music, and he went back to back and dropped Ariana Grande, and it was like, what? And Annie went, what? This is not, I didn't expect you to play this on Radio 1. He was like, well, this is very Radio 1, isn't it? Yeah.
He's a very intelligent, wonderful person.
He is.
He shopped in my record store for a very long time before he was like this gigantic star, and he was.
He's a muser.
Yeah, he's
But
all
he's very
over the
much
place.
a tune is a tune, which is what you're
That's
like.
what I
a
love.
tune is a tune.
I respect that so
Yeah.
much. You should not be judged for what you love.
Yeah.
Just play what you love.
But it takes a certain avatar to carry that.
As well.
Yeah.
It does take a certain person to carry
But
that.
then if you don't do that, you don't have your own identity. If you stick within the lane that you think's appropriate for what you do, you will never create your own
It's
your
so
own
boring.
self. It's so boring.
There's
and then
so
you're like,
many of the
and then you're
same
like the
people
next
play the
thing.
same thing.
Exactly.
And they're all men.
It's like
Yeah.
removing your
No, not necessarily.
You can be
I'm
anyone.
going to say cunts then.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyone can be boring, to be fair.
Jag, your choice. Have you finished? Yeah.
I finished.
That was good. That was good. That was very good.
Jag, your contender, please, for greatest
Okay,
selector.
it was
of
really
all
hard.
time.
And can I just say some notable mentions before I say my person? I really thought maybe I should. Honey Dijon, love you. Bespeda, love you. Heidi, love you. Elkka, love you. You know, I could have picked you all. Did I pull that? Love you. Anyway, I picked Hi.
Yes.
Not because she's a woman, because for me, I've seen Hi play many, many times. She had a residency at Funnox.
Yeah.
For 2 years.
At 2 years, I used to go to Funnox, so I used to do a show on Represent Radio in Brixton.
Big up.
On Saturdays. Hi was my first ever guest when I got my show. She was like, yeah, I'll come on. And then she was like, if you ever want guest lists, just come. So like 20-year-old me would just bring like 10 mates every weekend.
She went like a rocket. Just
but to see her like
But that
every
residency
weekend,
really, like,
and
elevated
she'd play for like, if she did all night, she'd play for like 5 hours plus, and you'd see her play like Turkish disco to like
She's
psychedelic,
all over the place. She's
and then
great.
she'd drop like Faithless Insomnia, you know, and then she'd just like play like kind of unexpected stuff and really cool stuff, really deep stuff, and then like a real like tactical banger, and I think she does it in such a cool way.
Tactical banger.
But that's how she
I've never heard that
describes
term
it.
before.
That's how she
It's
describes
tactical
it.
banger.
Is that one of your faults?
No, it is.
I like that.
Yeah,
Tactical banger.
Tactical bangers. New genre.
What do you play? I play tactical
Yeah. But you know what I mean?
brilliant.
She does it all, and she is a musician
Oh, she's-
herself, and the
she's
music
superb.
she's bringing out,
And
and
the new albums.
yeah, she's got, and she's just,
And she's lovely.
and she's nurturing and lovely, and also brings other people up. You know, with her label, with even recent on her socials, she's like just posting about other new DJs she's excited about. Musically, personally, Hi.
She's a
best DJ.
goddamn sweetheart.
Yeah,
Love
love Hi. Thank you.
It does help if you're a good person, and she is good vibes. She really is.
I see you're ready. You're chewing your mouth there, ready to.
Here we go.
Well,
Your
mine,
contender, please.
unfortunately,
We've only got 6 minutes left.
Oh my God, are you
just to-
joking me? He's no longer with us. He unfortunately passed away in February 2020.
Years ago, yes.
And it is Mr. the Gov, Andrew Weatherall.
yeah.
Okay, this man, I mean, I've known him for 20 years. He basically, I mean, I met him out, like, I didn't even know who he was. I didn't know anything about him. Like, I was kind of fresh off the boat from Canada, started going to these nights, and like, the music was so like abstract and fierce, like, and all over the place. And people were like, yeah, it's Andrew. I didn't know about Scream and like he was produced Scream and I didn't know any of that stuff. I was just like, no idea.
Yeah.
And then he started shopping in my record store, and we became really good friends. And then basically, I was the only person that he would buy records from. And he would not.
He trusted your taste.
He only trusted, yeah. And then like we became really good friends, and then we would go out like on my lunch break, and then he would take me to like all the other record stores, and we'd go looking for other music. We called it like Tea and Tunes Tuesdays, basically.
Nice.
Because he only usually came in on Tuesdays or Thursdays. And I mean, I literally love this man from the depths of my deepest parts of my heart. He is like one of the most incredible humans that I know. He also is just like, his taste is like, whoosh, like, I mean, all over the place. I mean, he came to my birthday party and played like 45 inches rockabilly set for like 3 hours at the Lock Tavern one time. And then, you know, I've heard him play the most banging electro sets and like techno. And then I've heard him play some like super, when he did Love from Outer Space, like very soft and like, but like chuggy, like just stonery music. And like, I mean, the guy, or disco, I mean, he
was one of the most knowledgeable.
He's one of the most passionate humans I've ever met about music, and knew everything there is to know about music. I mean, you could just sit there and listen to him talk about it for hours and hours and hours. And like, I mean, he's so well educated and he's so well spoken, and also just like all you want to do is hear him talk. I mean, I'd give my right arm to hear him speak again. You know what I mean? Like,
do you think that's a rare breed today?
Oh my God, there will never be. I'm waiting for the next Andrew Weatherall, because I don't know if there ever will be.
A long time.
I mean, he is. He you know, I still think present tense, because he's still with me. I still feel him here. You know, and you know, it was very sudden and unfortunate what happened. But I mean, I know that the people who loved him, they still like the outpouring of devotion of the fans that he has across the world is it's insane. I mean,
it was amazing to see how many DJs.
It still happens daily. Like, it's crazy still.
When he passed away, the amount of DJs that you wouldn't expect to associate
he was
with him.
He was a DJ's DJ.
Yeah,
right. DJs loved. I've danced my fucking ass off to him so many times. This is like, you know, before people with like cell phones and, you know, all that bullshit, you know. It was just
great.
It was like head down, sweat. I used to come out with like, literally, I'm not joking you, like at Haywire nights at the Fortress in East London, okay? I don't know what was on those floors, but like, I was like black schmutz, like all up my legs. Like, and I'd take off my shoe and it'd just be white, a little white foot. And everything would just be like, it was so gross. You only get warm cans of Rebel. And like he brought over loads of women as well. Ellen Alien and Miss Kitten and Monica Cruz. Wow. And he brought them down to these parties. Good. And I remember Miss Kitten in my mind was like this little Miss Kitten hacker. And like she came in and she just fucking like pile drive like techno, just like, and like made all these girls are like, what's happening? Yeah, it was so they expected like Kitten and the Glitz with Felix House Cat, and she just came in and just like tore it apart, and it was amazing. Like all of the things that he's been part of, everything that he's created, all of the remixes and the albums that he's helped produce, and all his different projects. He's the fucking master.
Cheers to him.
Yes,
yeah.
Cheers to Andrew.
Cheers to him.
He belongs on the board.
Yeah.
He belongs on the board.
Wow. I think this week I know it's Danny's
No, it's
turn.
not.
No, it is. I know I did the first week. It's your turn to figure out who is actually going to be inducted.
Hold on. Is it Duvall's turn? It is. Before we get to that, I think that's the same with all your choices. Is they are eclectic. They've got their own identity.
Yeah, I agree.
They're not afraid. You know, they'll take risks. They'll play whatever the fuck they want.
Because they can.
And that's what selectors should do.
And
play the right tune, the right
you
moment.
get the right crowd.
Knowledgeable.
And they will follow you wherever you want to go.
Yeah.
You know, there's certain places that I will not play because I know that they will not come with me. Yeah. You know, I want people to come with me and be able to go for a little journey. And I like playing longer sets. It's like, you know, this 1 hour time slot thing. What is that?
I've only just got like...
Hold on,
it's not even... Sometimes it's followable, yeah.
Right.
It's like an hour and a half to get into it.
Exactly. You need like time to like...
But then, trust me, when you get older, you get deafer. And your back starts to hurt a lot. And you're like, oh shit, you know what? I'm kind of done now. I'm ready to go.
Maybe you know how to start getting
after since
and like
the pandemic, I've literally gone over my time slots by like 2 hours. In the States, when I just was in the States, I literally played each party I did, like, I went over it by 2 hours. I was like, like 5 hours.
What about the DJ after you?
Like for 5 hours. No, there wasn't anybody after me. I was like the last person. They just kept the parties going.
Oh,
I was like, yeah.
That's kind of glorious.
Honourable mentions. We've got to mention some people that were not nominated.
Honey Dijon.
Honey Dijon. I think we're all unanimous in that.
Yeah. Carl Cox. You miss Carl Cox?
Carl Cox is a G.
Yeah.
100%.
Craig Richards, Marco Carolla.
Absolutely, Craig
Yes.
Richards for sure.
Scream.
Oliver for sure.
Yeah.
Oliver, we love Oliver.
Oliver's all over the place. He can play
Peggy
anything.
Goo.
Yeah.
Artwork, Annie.
Artwork for sure.
Yeah.
Annie can do anything.
An icon.
She's literally like a frickin' superhero.
I know.
She's an Irish superhero.
I miss her. I miss you, Annie. I miss you.
She is. It's like she can do anything.
Okay.
She makes me feel really lazy.
It's time. It's time, isn't it? It's time for us to crown the winner. Do we? Oh, I've got to say, I forgot to print off.
Oh, guys.
I know, my fault.
What kind of show are you running here, man?
I know. And then the printer
Jesus.
here wasn't working, and it was just like, oh.
We'll forgive you.
Did we get any paper with? With no paper? No. Right. Well,
And
we're gonna
yeah.
pretend, and then we'll add it in later.
Like
So we had High, Jaguar's choice, Fortet, and Andrew Weatherall, the governor. And we need to decide. We can only choose one. And I feel like two of the three out of the guests are going to fall out with us. But what are you thinking? Before we decide, what are you thinking?
Can I just say, you all elegantly put your points forward.
I agree.
They all deserve a space on Planet B.
Right.
If it were up to me,
On the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
exactly. If it were up to me, they would have their place on Planet B. But we can only choose one for today. So Danny, it's up to you.
Oh man.
I think because of the legacy, the influence, how much of a pioneer and a visionary this artist was, and because I'm pretty scared of Heidi, I'm gonna say Andrew Weatherall. Yes. I'm not really. I love you.
You're scared of me. You should be scared of me.
No, I'm not.
Do you know what I have to say?
all love.
I feel very passionate about both of your choices too, so it's beautiful.
See? There we
We're
go.
all still
Perfect.
They're all great choices, but you can't beat the Gov. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and he probably influenced everyone we mentioned.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what I was thinking.
It makes sense.
He was the fire starter.
How long have we got?
So, any other business?
Any other business?
Any other business?
This is the quick section of the show where you can just like promote or plug or say anything you want.
I've got something to plug.
So go.
I'm playing in Glasgow Sub Club, and all the proceeds go to the Ukraine.
Oh, amazing. When is that?
That's don't ask me difficult questions. That's the week on
I love DJs and their diaries.
next week.
Next week sometime. Yes, let's go. Fantastic. Okay, Jags.
Jag.
What's going on?
So you mentioned the Utopia tour.
Utopia tour. If you want to come, we're doing
You want to come?
I'm gonna go.
London.
go.
Yeah,
Party.
absolutely. We'll be there.
We're doing Leeds, we're doing Manchester, we're doing Sheffield, and we're doing Liverpool. So yeah.
Just quickly as well. Obviously, Future 1000
Oh yeah, I
initiative.
didn't even mention
Are
that.
you? Is that continuing? I've seen the thing you do in ministry as well.
Yeah, I'm doing a lot of things. Yeah,
Please do.
I do an initiative called Future 1000, which is about getting girls, trans, and non-binary people into dance music. It's free. Future 1000, just Google it, you'll find it, and it's a course you can learn to DJ, learn how to get into music.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
We're going to expand that this year, so
Okay.
yeah.
Watch this space.
Amazing.
You know,
That's amazing.
We talked
Well done.
earlier about
good.
not enough females playing like main stages at Creamfields and stuff. Well, Heidi, no, we talked about it.
I have done it.
Heidi's playing bloody Wembley, mate.
I'm
Playing
going.
bloody Wembley.
What?
Next month. Yeah. Yes.
When? And why?
April
and who
9th.
with? And what's going on?
I'm opening up for Camel Fat.
Oh, amazing.
Yes. The lovely.
Amazing.
I love those two little buggers. They're
They're
hilarious.
playing Wembley.
Yeah, they've sold it out.
It's sold out.
They've sold out their whole
10,000.
tour, and I'm doing Leeds as well with them. Yeah, so I opened up for them for Brixton Academy last year before lockdown, and it was like, yeah, it was,
That's a big Brixton Academy to Wembley.
Yeah.
It's quite a jump.
I mean, I know. I've never actually even been. I think I was in Wembley. I don't even know which one I was in. I saw the Beastie Boys. I don't know if I was in the stadium or I was in the other one. I don't know. But I will be playing with Green Velvet on St. Patrick on St. Patty's Day in feckin' Belfast for Shine.
That'll
And
be a
that is
quiet
going
one,
to
won't
be
it?
probably. I mean, I haven't seen him since before all this shit happened, and I swear to God, I bought myself a green jumpsuit when I was in America. I know it's like green is like so tacky and like really like
You gotta
stupid.
get
'cause
involved,
it's-
though.
But
I love
I'm afraid because I had to play Leeds the next day opening up for Camel Fat the O2. So I'm just like, he's like the person, he's like the little, even though he believes in the Jesus, he's like the devil on my shoulder. He's the guy who's like, come on, have some more more champagne.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Yes.
Probably about 6 or 7 years ago or longer, I can't remember. I went to a talk at Fabric with Judy and Heidi.
I think I went to
I
that
was
as well,
there.
you know.
And you were talking.
I
I sat in the audience as an aspiring artist and producer and DJ. So I would just like to say how lovely it is to be sitting on the panel with you now.
Wow, that's big. That's huge.
It's an honour to have you all here, to be honest.
Thanks, you
But that is
guys.
all we've got time for. It was, I think we discussed some very important stuff, but we had a lot of fun, right?
We did. It was so much fun.
We could have like another 2 hours.
Exactly, I'm telling you,
Maybe
it
we'll
could be
do
3 hours
we'll do
long.
a spin-off.
You do like Planet B after hours.
Yeah, let's do Planet
And we
B
have to have a
after
shot.
hours.
Planet C.
Every 5 minutes.
After hours, 9 a.m. till 11. Get ready.
We decided that Andrew Weatherall was the third person on Planet B for the greatest
There's
selector
going to be a
of all
lot
time.
of people very happy.
Yes, good.
Yeah.
That's right. And if you enjoyed the show as much as we did, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Also hit the notification bell so you can get updated with all the new stuff coming out from us. We are Planet B. If you go onto Instagram, you have to hit Welcome to Planet B.
Welcome to Planet B.
Welcome to Planet B. And that's it.
Thank you to Heidi, Elkka, Jaguar for joining us. See you next time on Planet B. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Cool.
Yay.
I think that was bang on an hour.
That was great.
I don't know how we kept that under an hour, man.
You smashed it.